Hey guys, okay, so this is officially the first episode. Today's December 10th, 2017, Sunday. So, I guess what's on my mind today? Well, what's really on my mind, it's been on my mind lately and for a very long time now, anyway, it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin and the blockchain. So let's just talk about that for a minute. Let's do a short video on this, just to get the ball rolling, get everything started. So I guess you can get a kind of an idea of as to what the subject matter. Most of the videos I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about all kinds of shit, believe it, okay? But this is going to be a major component of this new vlog, okay, that I'm going to be doing. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Today's Sunday, December 10th, 2017. We are on the eve of the CME about to, declare Bitcoin futures and put them up for sale for this public. What the fuck does that even mean, right? What the fuck is even Bitcoin? What the fuck is all this going on, right? Anyway, what the fuck is a CME? Okay. So yeah, what's really going on right now is, I don't even know how to approach this subject. Okay, so how about this? I'm just gonna talk to you as I was talking to a friend of mine earlier. She hit me up earlier. We're just discussing a project. Some future work, whatever. And then, of course, just like everybody does nowadays, they ask me a question. Hey, so what do you think about what's happening with the Bitcoin? What do you think about the price? What do you think about what's happening tomorrow? Whatever. So I guess it's just gonna go to answer that question, the same pretty much how I answered her is how I'm gonna answer to you guys, and I'm just gonna give you guys my opinion. Again, I guess, look, I'm gonna say this once, but this is not financial advice. It's not, whatever. All this is just my fucking opinion, and the reason I'm saying that is because I don't want to. I see a lot of people saying this, talk about this subject, the cryptocurrency world, and I don't know, I just want to say it one fucking time. But at the end of the day, I'm probably never going to say this in any of my videos, because to tell you the truth, I really don't give a fuck what you do. If you listen to me or not, really, to tell you the truth, okay? I'm only doing these videos for, again, just my friends, mostly my friends that, that they want this, so that's it. This is what this is for. So, whatever. So back to the Bitcoin, back to the CME, and back to what I think is going to happen, okay, tomorrow. Or in a few hours, actually. It's Sunday afternoon, I think. What time is it? Let me see. It is 1:30 p.m. West Coast time. So they go on sale at 5 p.m. East Coast time. So 1:30, I said? About half an hour. So half an hour from now, I guess by the time I post this video, they would have already gone live. So let's just see what the fuck is going to happen, okay? So what all this really means, okay? What the CME, okay? What the comics, what the, Wall Street, what this is, what they're trying to do with this, okay, is literally try to manipulate the Bitcoin market. They're trying to, I don't know how else to put this, but they're just literally trying to hijack, the market. That's it, so let me explain to you what that means and how they're going to do it, or how they're trying to do it. Again, this is all speculation, my opinion, and that's it. I'm really going on history, and I'm going on, what has happened, what's happened before over and over and over again, okay? So what they're trying to do is they're literally trying to manipulate the price of Bitcoin, okay? Why? Well, if you have been following Bitcoin, it's not just in the last year, we're in December now, so it's, whole year. Not just in the last year, but in the last several months, in the last month, in the last couple weeks, you have seen experienced a parabolic fucking uptrend in its value. Like less than a month ago, we're how about this? Me and like a bunch of other people, we were predicting, okay, $10,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. We literally got $10,000 Bitcoin before December 1st, I think. I'm not gonna, don't quote me on this shit, whatever, but pretty much around that time. So we, beat expectations, beat the prediction. The fact that we almost hit 19K or past 19K, 20K, that in that range, yeah, it made me feel. It made me not just feel. It made me, me and others, that were there in this realm. It made us look like fucking geniuses, But again, it's if you really, really, really fucking understand what's going on in our government, with financials, with the manipulation of the whole market, just pretty much what's really going on in the world right now, then this prediction was obviously it was great when it was fulfilled, but it wasn't like I was not as hyped up as everybody else. Okay, I was just more like, I knew it. I told you so. Here we are. When I saw 19 to 20K, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is out of control. But not out of control in a bad way. More like out of control, like that my prediction was even more right than what I thought. And why is that? Well, again, back to, why I'm, making the video. CME, Bitcoin, half an hour, what's going on. It's this, man. It's this. The Bitcoin market not the Bitcoin, sorry. Let me go back. All of Wall Street, the whole market, the whole commodities market, all of our markets are fake, phony, and false. To quote one of my, one of the people I listen to online. But literally, fake, phony, and false. It doesn't exist. It's again, there's a million other videos and other people out there that in great detail explain this, okay? And I will try to explain this in my own way, but what I'm here really to do is to give you a historical perspective as to why this is happening, and everything encompassing it, and so to give you an idea of what could happen and what could come in the future. But then again, but also a caveat with this whole thing that's happening with Bitcoin and everything that's happening in the world of finance at this moment in time is something that has only happened a few times in human history. Literally. So, a lot of things, sure, can't be predicted because of history and, our past, but the beauty of all this right now, too, is there's so many things that are crazy, unpredictable, okay? So with that said, the CME right now, or not the CME, I guess Wall Street, the people in charge of the stock market. I won't get into details or what my opinion is on who owns this country, who owns the corporations, who owns these things. Okay, you guys can all do your own research, and maybe we'll discuss this in another video. Okay, but what's going on and what's happening in our current world, in our current markets, is that literally everything is fake. Like, let me explain what by that, okay? Let me explain by this, what I mean by that. By the way, thank you for your patience. This is the first time I've been on camera in a while, okay? So, and I'm just dedicating myself to talking. So anyway, let me not lose track of what I'm trying to say here. Every single commodity, every single stock, everything in Wall Street is manipulated by a few entities. And when you see the stock market every single fucking day going up and higher and reaching new highs and things like that, and they tell you on the news and they tell you everywhere that the economy is doing amazing, but then you live your daily life and you ask yourself, well, how is this economy doing amazing? I'm not doing amazing. And it doesn't matter what your income is right now. It really does not really matter, okay? There's only a few people that are real comfortable, okay? For the most part, we're all fucked right now. And we just don't understand what the fuck is going on. But if you just, again, look a little bit, at the numbers, or, start doing a little research, start, blah, 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 you start realizing real quick what the hell's going on. So let me just explain the stock market real quick. So how is it that the stock market is going up, and yet, as we all know, the economy is pretty much stagnant? And I'm trying to be as positive as possible here, but I mean, and the reality is it's not even any close. We can only pray to have stagnant. Okay, the reality is that it's more like it's declining and at a rapid pace. And okay, so to go back to like the stock market, you know, and why it goes up and up and up. It's simple because only a few entities, big whales, and by whales I mean, you know, the Amazons of the world, the JP Morgans of the world, you know, these humongous monstrosity of corporations, they are the ones that are literally moving the money, this paper, this fiat, that again, it's not even actual paper, and I'm talking about money. It's these numbers on these computers, and they're just moving it back and forth, and creating the minimal amount of volatility, you know, needed in order to, you know, keep this moving up and up. And why? Because if the stock market were to actually reflect our daily lives, we already know that the stock market would be in the fucking toilet right now. So that's why they have to manipulate it. Another reason why they have to manipulate it is, again, this is, you know, another story for another day, another video, and again, there's a bunch of research out there, you know, that you can also look into, you know, that, you know, backs this up. You know, the bond market, you know, what's a bond market? What the hell's going on with the bond market? Blah, blah, blah. But look, let me put it to you like real simple. You know, the US dollar has no more value. Every single country in the world has the US dollar in their vaults. Every single country around the world simultaneously is getting rid of these dollars, and they're trading it in for all kinds of shit, okay? Whether it's real estate or oil or gold and silver or yuan or whatever. Other things that actually do hold value. Bitcoin, whatever. But they're all getting rid of these dollars. And so these dollars, you know, remember, they're trillions and trillions of dollars. So like if a country, pick a country, it doesn't matter. Let's say Argentina has US dollars. They're not going to have a vault full of dollars. That's, I mean, come on, think how insane that would be. Just, you know, pick a movie, a funny movie. What they really have are these things called bonds. And what a bond is just a piece of paper. And on that piece of paper, it's like, this is worth $1 trillion. So this is like $1 trillion bill. So imagine a lot of these, and they're all stacked up in a safe, in a country. And again, normally, you know what I mean, how countries hold their values, that they'll have gold, they'll have silver, they have other things of value, you know, whatever, you know, other assets, hard assets. But because of, I don't want the petrodollar and all these other entities, all these other situations, the US dollar was what has been, you know, the value, you know what I mean, like the bonds, whatever. But the US dollar has been what has been the standard as to what is worth something, value, whatever, you know what I mean. Normally it's gold, normally it's silver, all the things like that, but it's been the US dollar. And so now that every single country around the world has simultaneously pretty much, you know, given up on the dollar, they're all coming back. Now, why am I saying all this? Well, let me explain. Because it all has to go back to, you know, I gotta explain all this, or otherwise, you know, like the whole Bitcoin doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean, as to why the government is trying to do what it's trying to do. So what's happening now is that like all this money, all these trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars are coming into this country. Now, if these trillions of dollars were literally if they were literally be put into our economy, literally overnight, buying a loaf of bread would go from a couple dollars to $10 to $100 to $1,000, aka massive inflation. I know if you guys don't know what it is, look at Venezuela, look at Zimbabwe, look at Greece, look at all these other countries. And again, you know, the reason it hasn't happened here is because the powers that be have the power to manipulate the markets, the value of things. So as these bonds and these dollars all come in and they come back, you know what I mean, they're coming into this country like at a crazy record pace every single day, they're being put into these assets, you know what I mean? And what assets? The stock market. Why? Because if you literally look at the stock market right now, or not today, Sunday, but tomorrow or whenever, during the week, and you look at the volatility. What is volatility? That's literally the buys and the sells, buying and selling over the stock market. So if you look at the volatility, and it's for the last several months, weeks, whatever, for a long time actually, longer than that. And then again, each day gets worse. The volatility is like, you know, it's supposed to be like this, and it's really like this. And what do I mean by that? Well, what this means is that a lot of people are buying and selling. What this means is that nobody's buying and selling. So then how is it that the stock market keeps going up, 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 and up? Well, why? Well, all these bonds are coming into the country, okay? And our banks, the people in charge of the stock market, they get those bonds and then they buy shares of Amazon, shares of this, shares of that, shares of whatever the fuck in the stock market to keep pumping it up, pumping it up. And again, you hear these things all the time. It's like, whoa, how the fuck does Facebook make money? That is how. Again, I don't want to get into too many details, but again, if you know anything about business or a little bit about business, or if you don't, I'll give you a lesson number one. These businesses, by losing money, make money. And actual small businesses that do the right thing and declare their taxes and then do an actual, the right way, they end up paying the brunt of everything, because they did things the right way. And again, the people that don't pay taxes, the big corporations, they're also doing things the right way. It's another story for another day. So, back to the CME, back to Bitcoin, back to that. So, in times, let's go to a history lesson now. So, in times of economic, not downturn, but like where everybody right now in the population is collectively like with that feeling of, wow, the economy is not good. So in times of economic, damn, I can't think of the word, I'm having a blank here, but of distress, or when the population is not feeling it like we are right now, well, what happens is the people, they rush to buy things, these two items. There's a lot of things, but these are the two main items: gold and silver. Okay? And again, this is all history. You can just look at it, I'm not going to go to too many crazy, I'm not here to give you details and charts and all that shit. There's a million people that do that. And again, later at some point, I'll start linking things and shit like that. But the point I'm making is this: it's always gold and silver. But because of all the markets being manipulated, especially the gold and silver markets, my God, these are the most manipulated markets in the history of humanity. I don't want to get into that now. But because of these two markets being crazy manipulated, even right now in these times of economic, strife, downturn, whatever, people are literally going to buy gold and silver, or they would trade in their gold and silver, which at this point, and the economic downturn, the gold and silver would be highly valued, because as the economy goes down, gold and silver prices go up. But since everything is manipulated, that's the price of gold and silver just. But the reality is that gold and silver should be going up. In fact, let me give you an example. Gold is at 1,250 as of today now, maybe 1,300, whatever. It just hasn't moved from in that $100 range from 1,250 to 1,350 in a very long time, and it's just like. Now, the real price of gold, and what it's supposed to be is supposed to be at the very minimum $10,000, at the very high from estimations $50K. But wait, why is it only 1,000? Well, again, because they manipulate it. Because if it were to assess its real value, imagine the population of Earth and the people and blah blah blah, this whole thing. So people have not been able to use gold and silver as they have traditionally have been using it in this last economic turn. Why? Because of the advent of computers. Ever since the advent of computers, the markets have been able to be manipulated to a point of extremism. You know what I mean? That, again, I don't want, it's just history. It's all history. And, sometimes, the little things and that change history are like technologies and, new inventions. So this is where computers really come into this. This is a long time ago, 50, 60 years ago. So that's how long these markets have really been manipulated to that extreme. So anyway, we're at the end of that now. We're at the end of that manipulation. Things have gone crazy insane, when it comes to this. And so right now, what's happening is that Bitcoin has come into the marketplace. Bitcoin has come into the nomenclature, has become, part of, a lot of people's lives. And I'm not talking about here in the United States. I'm talking about people with dirt huts with flip phones. in Nicaragua, in Zimbabwe, in India, in China, and we can go on and on. Developing countries. And they're the ones that have been grabbing onto this Bitcoin. Why? Because, first of all, they can't probably access gold or silver where they're from. And, you know, Bitcoin is the only accessible thing. But anyway, look, I feel like I'm going off on another tangent. Let me just state to where we're at here with this country and the pricing, and that's to the whole thing with gold, with Bitcoin and the CME and that whole thing. Trying to bring it back to this. Let me see. Okay, we're still recording. Just making sure, you know, something I'm long-winded. So, no, let me pause and paste. Okay, we're back. So, to the gold and the silver. So, like, yeah, look, so what we're left at is that, okay, so right now the gold and silver markets are manipulated. People can't use that to hold value anymore, etc., etc. So what people have been, you know, doing, you know what I mean, what the population has been doing is that they have realized that Bitcoin has taken the place of gold, digital gold. And that's why, literally, not just in the last few months, but in the last month and weeks, we have seen this parabolic uptrend, and it's not stopping. And since these markets, this Bitcoin market, cannot be manipulated, wait, hold on, let me not, you know, put words, you know, into my mouth. Remember, we're a few minutes away from, you know, like an attempt to manipulate it. About 15 and counting. So, but, you know, again, you know, since these are open free markets, you know, when it comes to the Bitcoin, they have, that's why you see that uptrend. And so when I saw the 10K Bitcoin in December, I was like, wow, you know, of course, wow. But really, I was also thinking to myself of the gold and the silver. Like, and not just me, but a lot of people that are in this, you know, that were thinking, oh my God, you know, because, you know, that's what we've been waiting gold to do for a very long time and silver to do for a very long time. And all of a sudden, Bitcoin is doing it. The fact that it went from 10 to almost 20 like that, again, just proved all us gold bugs, or, you know, people, I don't even like saying gold bugs, I don't like saying any of this shit, but people that just understand the, you know, history and the financials of all this, you know what I mean? You know, just, you know, fully understood what the hell is really going on. So all of a sudden, you know, we get this mad rush from, you know, upper entities to put this thing called Bitcoin futures out. So what the fuck are Bitcoin futures? Well, just to give you a super long story short, it's already been a long story. With everything being said, this is their manipulation, their attempt to manipulate the markets, because how they manipulate, you know, gold, silver, and pretty much every other asset on the fucking earth, on the planet, is through paper derivatives, is through the markets, it's through that system. And so this is how it works. For every piece, and how it works, I'll give it to you with gold and silver, we can go with anything here, stocks, whatever, okay, but this is the reality. For every piece, for every gold coin, or every, you know, silver coin, or whatever, in real existence, or any hard asset in real existence, they make this many. Actually more, you know what I mean? Like a gazillion more, okay? There's really only one, there's probably like a zillion per the one. So let's say there's 100 in existence, there's 100 times a zillion. So with all that, what they try to do is overinflate the market with fake pieces of paper that represent the same asset. I hope you're following me here. So the real asset is this piece of silver. Let's say this, the piece of silver, okay? And then this is what's created, okay? So for example, if only this was priced with the, you know, this actual silver or gold price at the actual price, you know, meaning supply and demand, what's out there, the whole, you know, shebang, then that's where we would see the crazy prices, you know, like where it's supposed to be, maybe 50 grand, 10 to 50K. But since there's all this paper gold or silver in the markets, then it just literally keeps getting overinflated to the point that no matter how much this is bought, more of this is created to the point where the price of this just drops. So with that said, the fuck you think you're gonna do with Bitcoin? Exactly the same thing. So for every Bitcoin, they're gonna create, who the fuck knows how many paper derivatives of this, that, to try to overinflate the price of this, not overinflate the price, oversaturate the market with fake amount of Bitcoin in order to flood the market and hence bring down the price. Because remember, it's also supply and demand. So while Bitcoin obviously goes up in super crazy price, for anyone that knows Bitcoin, and if you don't, quick lesson, there's a finite amount of Bitcoin. Now, there is also gold and silver, but if we can't audit, we can't count the gold and the silver that's out there in the world, then how the fuck do we know how many there are? Hence, this is why the paper derivatives, may play such a major role, because we don't know. They make up a number and we have to fucking believe them. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, anyone that's in this world already knows that there's already a finite amount of these, and again, there's only going to be 20, I'm pretty sure, right? Again, someone correct me if I'm wrong. 25 million Bitcoin are they're going to be mined, only 25 million Bitcoin are ever going to exist in totality. People that really follow this know that it's probably closer to maybe 17. Why? Because of all the Bitcoin already lost. I don't want to go down that fucking route. The point I'm trying to make is that there's a finite amount. And that finite amount hasn't even been reached yet because, aka, hence the mining. They're mining there to get there. But it doesn't matter. There's a finite amount. Hence, there's already a price discovery method. Meaning that we have a way by supply and demand. Meaning we already know the supply and we already got the demand. You get what I'm saying? Of the people to give an actual price. But if the futures market, says, hey, yeah, we know that there's this amount, but we say that there's this amount, or we say that there's a price or whatever, that's what they're going to try and manipulate. So I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. And this is what's going to be interesting, because again, if you know what the fuck is going on, you know there's a finite amount, so no matter what the fuck they say, you already know it's going to be a lie. And if you already know them and you are in this world deep, you already know that everything they say is a fucking lie. So, with that said, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen tomorrow, in a few hours, in a few minutes. But what I think is going to happen, what I really think is going to fucking happen, is that they are going to just fucking try to destroy what the Bitcoin market is. All right, just making sure I'm still recording. But they're really trying to just destroy the Bitcoin market. Or, in other words, try to make the price of Bitcoin go down as low as humanly possible, aka just like they've done with gold and silver. So again, just like gold is at, supposed to be at 10 to 50K, same as silver. Silver's $15. It's $15 right now, okay? And it's really supposed to be around $800. What the fuck do I know? I don't want to get into details of that. But just to give you an example. So what are they going to try to do with Bitcoin? Well, we already know Bitcoin right now, just the other day, it was valued already at 19K. And the value given to the Bitcoin is by the people. And then all of a sudden, they're going to start saying, hey, listen, we think that the value of Bitcoin should be this. And we don't know what the fuck it is. It could be 25K. It could be 1K. But all I'm trying to say and warn you motherfuckers out there that are looking at this as an investment or this or that, is that, again, they're going to try and manipulate the fuck out of this shit, okay? And there's going to be a lot of highs and a lot of lows. And they have a lot of money and a lot of power. Okay? And just along with the bond market money, meaning all this US dollars, all this cash, all this shit that's coming into this country, and now there's another vehicle to put it into. You get what I'm saying? This will be the Bitcoin. And again, up and down. So for example, let me give you, our wet dream would be that they start putting all this bond money into Bitcoin. Hence, the fucking value is going to shoot up. But remember, this is almost an infinite amount of money, so just as it goes up, it can go all the way down. So you think that we've been having these crazy major upswings and downswings lately? What the fuck you think is going to happen in a few days, in a few weeks? Exactly. So, we don't know what the fuck is going to happen. But I have an inclination that, how about this? I know what they're trying to do, but we don't know what's going to happen. So, the way I'm really looking at this is more like they're shooting themselves in the foot by doing all this, okay? That's it. That's all they're doing here, okay? But right off the bat, we're not going to know or see this, okay? But eventually, this is going to be that. This is what I think, what I feel is going to be. Simple as that. So if I were you, and you're thinking about buying Bitcoin or investing in Bitcoin or anything like that, wait. Just wait. Because even if this whole bond market, whatever the fuck situation, I mean, not the bond market, this whole CME thing would not be happening, you know, the futures contracts would not be happening, I would still have been predicting a major pullback. And again, just think about it. Even if from 19K, 20K, the high, it made a 50 to 60% pullback, you know, we're still what, at 9, 8K? That's still amazing. I mean, are you kidding me? You know, we were complaining that was too high a month ago. Oh, we missed the train. Now you understand? So, again, and a wet dream would be that the CME, you know what I mean, really does, you know, do something insanely crazy, you know what I mean, and somehow brings that fucking price to $1,000 a Bitcoin or less. Oh my God. Sure, it's going to be fucking crazy out there. In the sense of like, you know, losing confidence in this and the coin and all that stuff. But people that know, people that really fucking know, I'm going to be fucking buying like crazy. Are you kidding me? Because we already know where that's going to go. And we already know that they can't really manipulate this market. Because if you understand the blockchain, if you understand the technology behind it, which if you don't, you will if you keep watching my videos from here on end. And this is what I'm going to try to do. Not just educate, but give you, you know, just ways to really think outside the box when it comes to all this, all right? So, yeah, I know it was a very, very long video and a very long-winded answer. But, again, just to, you know, reiterate as to what I think is going to fucking happen, you know, with Bitcoin, the CME, the futures contracts, you know, in a few minutes, in an hour, tomorrow, and from here on forward, is that you know, this is, you know, their attempt, the banksters' attempt, you know, to manipulate Bitcoin and its price. But, man, all I see is, wow, let the games begin. You know what I mean? Because, again, for the, you know, anyone that really understands history, revolution, you know, all these other crazy things, you know, that's it. You know what I mean? The people are fighting back right now. You know, we are fighting back these evil oligarchs, these entities, you know, that have, you know, made us all debt slaves. That's it, debt slaves. That's all we are. And if you don't know what that is, look it up, and I'm sure you already know what it is. And, you know, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, Bitcoin is our version of pitchforks at the door. And they know it. And it's a beautiful time to be alive. It really is. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything, please leave them down there. Like and subscribe. And yeah, we're gonna have a lot more videos, you know, and they're all gonna vary in the length, okay? Some might be long like this, some might be short, some might be whatever. But I'm literally, to reiterate and to, you know, get back to, you know, why I'm making these is because I have to. Everyone's telling me I have to, and I got to do it, and this is it. You know, this is just for whoever wants to listen, nobody else. So thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening, and I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Thanks.